Alright, we're going to do the last portfolio for the Math 7B course. So first thing you're going to do, download this page just like always, and we'll get started. So what you're going to do first is go to wherever you keep books in your house. Hopefully in your house. If not, go find somewhere with books. Find 15 books and write down how many pages are in each book. So just flip to the last page, write down the number. I went to my bookshelf, got 15 books. Those were the numbers. So that's really all you do on the first page. Next is you start answering. What would be the best graph or display to represent your home library statistics? Why? I'm not going to answer that one for you, but you're going to try do that. Find the mean, median of your data. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my sets of data. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to start with median. So I'm going to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. So I went ahead and took a picture of my numbers so I could do this. Probably best thing for you might be to print this out. But however you do it, you want to get your numbers in order from least to greatest. Oh, there's my pen. So 205 was my least. And then, oh wait, 205 was not my least. Skipping one. 196 was my least. And then 205. Go ahead and, you don't need to watch me do this. So I can go ahead and pause this and get my rest of my list done. Alright, so now I got my numbers there. So I'm going to go ahead and find the median, which is the one in the middle. So cross these off as I go. One on each side. And I get 342. You should only get one number on this because there's 15 different books you picked. So my median will be 342. Because it's an odd number, you will have just one number. You won't have to add them up and divide by 2. Alright, so let's go back up to the mean. While I had it paused, I went ahead and add up all those numbers. So now to find the mean, now that I've added all 15 numbers together, I got 5,512. I'm going to take that and I'm going to divide it by how many books I had, which was 15. So I can go ahead and work out this division. So 15 will go in there 3 times, which is 45. Subtract, I get 10. Add the 1, so 15 will go into that 6 times, which is 90. Subtract, I'm going to get 11. So 112, again, will be 6. Oh, sorry, that would be 7. Let's fix that division, which would be 105. Subtract, you get 7. Go ahead and go 1 decimal place. That's all you need to do is 1 decimal place. So 15 will go into 7 4 times, which is 60. I can stop there just so I can round to the nearest whole page. So my mean would be 367. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Alright, so mode. I didn't have any repeated numbers in mine, so I have no mode. If you have any numbers that repeat, then you will have a mode, but because mine, none of them repeated, I don't have a mode. My range, I take my biggest number, 672, subtract my lowest number. I'm going to line it up like this, make it easier to subtract. So 672 minus my 126, go ahead and subtract this out. And I get 546 from my range. Now it gets a little bit harder. Inner quartile range. This is where you need to go back to your median and do that. So I'm going to relist out all these numbers so I can show you that. Alright, so remember when we did our median, 342 was our median. So what I did now is I created two sets of data. One for this 126 and one for this 376 to 672. So you're going to take each set of data like that and find the median again. So what you're doing here is finding your quartiles, and then you can find your interquartile range. So I'm going to find my median just the same as I did before. So I got 242 for the lower part, lower numbers, and then for the higher numbers, do the same thing. I got 516. So my quartile 1 is 242. My quartile 3 is 516. And to find my range, I just take those and I subtract them. So 516 minus 242. Subtract that out. 11 minus 4 is 7. 4 minus 2, so 274 is my inner quartile range. Alright, so for step 7, we got to find the mean absolute deviation. So what you're going to do, take your mean, which ours was 367, and I'm going to subtract that from every number. So I showed you a few examples there, and then I just wrote the rest of them down on the bottom. Definitely on this kind of stuff, use a calculator. But I wanted to show you a couple of these just so you could see, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to get a positive number. So 367 minus 126, 367 minus 196, and so on. When the numbers get bigger, so 585 minus 367 and 672, I just picked the last two. You want to make sure you put the bigger number on top. Just for subtraction, you can if you get a negative number, just change it to a positive. Just make sure everything's positive on these. Once you have all your numbers there, you're going to find the mean for all 15 of those numbers. So let me go ahead and add those up and divide those by 15. Alright, so add them all up. I got 2,031. I'm going to take that number and I'm going to divide it by 15. Again, you're using a calculator on this part, so just do 2,031 divided by 15. And just round again to the nearest whole. So 135. So my mean absolute deviation is 135. So again, steps there. Take your mean, subtract it from all the numbers. So you're going to do 15 subtraction problems. Get those 15 numbers and find the mean of them. So add them all up, divide them by 15. Alright, the next part is, was this a random sample? Why or why not? I'm not going to do that part for you. So you're going to have to decide that. Alright, so 9 and 10, you're going to create graphs to display your information. One that is the best one you think. Again, that's going back to what you decided was the best. And then you're going to make one that's misleading. So make it not start at 0, or change your numbers, or do something, skip some numbers, something like that to make it misleading. And then you're going to describe the difference between the two graphs. So just do the best you can on that, and look forward to looking at your portfolios.